Now we introduce you to a Mount Olive native and graduate of Southern Wayne High School as well as UNC Wilmington. Jimmy Tillman makes his way to the stage. A man who spent time all over the eastern part of the state in many different capacities within the school system. Jimmy Tillman touched countless lives as a teacher, coach, athletic director, and principal. During his career, he was a teacher and coach at Rosewood, Lucama, Beddingfield, and Southwest Edgecombe before adding the duties of athletic director at Southwest. He was successful at each sport he coached, earning Coach of the Year in 3 different sports: football, baseball, and softball. He was even a coach for 2 football all-star games, the Shrine Bowl of the Carolinas, as well as the East-West All-Star football game. He's even been on the other side of athletics as a game official, calling high school basketball and softball games for almost 20 years, including working the 1984 State 4A Softball Championship. During his time at Wilson Fike, he was an assistant principal for 4 years and then spent 8 years as the head principal at the school. A man who did it all. Now let's hear from Jimmy Tillman in his own words.
Football there. I'm coaching with Steve Kraft and Branch Pope, and I know you remember these guys. So I've got the JV football team, and they had never played football. We did cheerleaders the first game, and never even cheered at the game. So we will receive the kickoff against Eastern Wayne. I'll never forget it. And we had done a good job of teaching, special teams and how to block punts and how to block field goals. And we had our front 5 on a return team. And they're getting ready, they blow the whistle to kick the ball off, and the cheerleaders, because they didn't know, they're cheering, block that kick, block that kick. And my player Raymond, who was in the middle front 5, when he blew the whistle, he took off and did just exactly the way we taught him. Crossed his arm, extended his body, and blocked the hook and kickoff. So that's how I started my coaching day. I had wonderful high school coaches, Coach Bonnie Clark, Coach Harvey Reinhardt, Coach Gene Brewer, Coach Ken Aben, Dole Whitfield. They made an everlasting impression upon me. And if I could help somebody 1/10 of what they did for me, then that's something I want to do. Of course, I found out at an early age I wasn't going to make a living playing, so I just loved athletics and wanted to be a coach. Being a school administrator was like being an extension of being a coach. Right now I mentor principals, and the ones that I mentor that have an athletic background are more successful in a lot of ways because they're motivators, they have natural leadership skills, they're organized, and most importantly, they have a passion for students. So I just think that goes hand in hand. And just like when I was a coach, I thought that I was a teacher first. Sometimes I want the best with officials, and I'm glad that a lot of the coaches that I refereed their game didn't treat me like I've treated some officials, but it just gave me a better respect for the football officials that came in. But officiating was also, I learned a lot of life skills through being officiating, especially having thick skin, because if you're a high school principal for 12 years, you better not be very sensitive, and you better not have rabbit ears, and you better have a thick skin. I had a great mother and father. My father, and I wish they were here today, my father worked 2 jobs all his life, was a hard worker, but he loved athletics. He was an all-state football player. My mom was one of these stay-home moms that was a beautiful lady with a great personality. And then the second best thing that happened to me is when I got married to my lovely wife, Vicki, who was an athlete, a very good athlete, and she's been so supportive. And then in 1982, on March 15th, was the pride of our joy when my daughter Emily was born. We've been so proud of her. So I wouldn't even be sitting here if it weren't for those 4 people, without a doubt. I had great brothers and sisters. 2 brothers, good athletes. My 2 sisters, wonderful people. My older sister Jean, she's been like a mother and a best friend. And then my high school coaches. And I want to, in the near future, and I talk to them on a regular basis, but I want to sit down and thank them for what they did for me and put me in the right direction. So anytime one of my former players, students, teachers call me for a job, I stop what I'm doing and make sure I make phone calls or fill out a reference form, because it was done for me.
Coach Tillman, congratulations. Thank you for visiting with me for a couple of minutes. And as you look back on your career, What's maybe the moment that gives you the most pride?
Well, James, everybody is here tonight on my behalf. Please stand up. If I coached you, you talked with me, you were principal, my family, please stand up. Dad, right there. The relationships you develop with these people, there's no other fraternity or any job that you can develop friendships, everlasting relationships as the coaching profession, being an educator, administrator. Those are some of those that stood up that they played for me and they came back and they coached with me. And then when I became a principal, they taught for me, and they've always been a big part of my life.
Now, you've pretty much been leading people for almost the last 40 years, 50 years of your life. You've been leading people.
43.
43.
Since you're counting.
But 43, since we're at it, you've been leading people. What have you learned about doing that during that time?
You know, I went to East Carolina and I got 2 master's degrees in administration and leadership. And I know they're not proud of that in East Carolina. That's not one of their promotion things, I'm sure. And I graduated from there. But the thing where I learned the most about leadership is being on the athletic team, being a coach, being that teacher. Just like I said, I felt like when I became a principal, all that was an extension of the classroom and of being a coach. So the most I've ever learned about motivation, organization, is through my participation in athletics.
Now, if somebody had to tell a funny story on you, not one of your players, on you, what would they tell us?
First of all, it'd be censored, I'm sure. So since we're in a family atmosphere.
Keep it PG.
Okay, all right. I think Jerry Johnson was calling that game that we got the block punt on, Jerry. Block kickoff. But no, one funny story was in 1981, we were co-champions. Back then, only one team went, and we lost a draw. The Coach Dave Thomas's team, which had an outstanding team. So we didn't go to the playoffs. But the next year, we go and we do a co-champions again. But Charlie, that's when we put in Division II. And we lost the draw, but we finished second. So we go to the Division II. And we make it all the way to the championship game. And we scored on the last play of the game and made it 17-16. And I'd read in the handbook the day before, and Q, I don't know what I was doing reading the handbook. I mean, y'all get that. But I was reading the handbook, and it said that if there was a tie, you would be co-champions. So I had 2 timeouts left, and when we scored, I called a timeout, and I brought the seniors over to the sideline. And I said, boys, Pee Wee hadn't missed extra point all year. He's going to kick this thing, and we're going to tie it up. And he said, but we're going to be co-champions. Or we can go for it, and we'd be champions. And Jerome and Mark, that's it. Jerome grabbed me right up just like this. He said, Coach, I'm tired of this co-champion, blank and blank. But he's a preacher now, so. Amen. And I turned around and grabbed him. I said, if we go for it, you better get it. And thank God he went, I mean, we blocked Dennis Nutter out of the back of the end zone, and he stepped in the end zone untouched, and made me look like a good coach.
But it's good when you have people that get you in the right place. And you've done that for a lot of people, Coach. So congratulations on making it into the Hall of Fame, and welcome to the class of 2015.
Thank you. Thank you, James. I would just like to say that I am very humbled to be here. The only reason I am here because of all those people that just stood up, and hundreds are not here tonight. But I've been associated with this association since 1966 when I was a freshman in high school. That's about 50 years worth. And I can't think of an association that does any more for student athletes and students as far as dropout prevention and promoting academics and promoting leadership. There's not an organization available. I started with Simon Carroll, and then I got with my good friend Charlie Adams. Charlie and I spent a lot of time together. He's been a dear friend of me, a mentor. When he left, I thought, how can this keep going on? But I got to give it to Davis Whitfield. He was from Rosewood High School, a fine young man. He had a tough job coming in following Charlie, and he did an excellent job. And now we got Q Tucker, and she is, I mean, you're proud of her, Charlie, what she's doing. And I just hope we can hang on to Q Tucker. And because I am concerned about our association, because it has been so successful. I mean, we're one of the most elite in the nation. And I've just been very, very proud to be a part of it.
And our final inductee tonight, please welcome to the North Carolina High School Athletic Association Hall of Fame coach, Jimmy Tillman. And now I'd like to turn the event over to the Commissioner of the High School Athletic Association here in North Carolina, Q Tucker.
I'm going to get a couple different pictures. Okay, 1, 3, 1.
Thank you, Jeff. And while they're finishing up some pictures here, let me again thank you for being here. Without you, family, friends, colleagues, players, tonight would not be possible. And so we thank you for making the sacrifice, perhaps, braving the cold wind to come. And I know that I speak for our inductees tonight when I say we appreciate you being here to share this night. And what a great night it has been. Join with me again and let's congratulate our class of 2015. And just a couple of things I want to share with you. First of all, I would be remiss if I didn't thank James Alverson. James had a tough act to follow. As many of you who've been here before, you know that Rick Strunk has been the one who has been the mastermind of our Hall of Fame. And so we thank James for stepping in and doing a wonderful job. I want to thank Pepper Hines, who worked side by side with James once he arrived to help make tonight possible, and we appreciate that. I want to thank Jeff Gravely for saying yes when we asked you to come and share tonight, and hasn't he done a wonderful job? I also want to thank our staff. Many of them were here when you arrived. They were helping greet you as you came in, and so I want you to know how much I appreciate you being here and for the work that you did to help make tonight possible. I want to thank our board members who are here tonight. I know that Rodney Shotwell, our president, is here. Scarlett Steiner, one of our members, is here. And have I missed anybody else who is currently on our board who's here? Well, we thank you for being here tonight to support our efforts. You know, tonight is about these people here. What an impressive group of coaches, administrators, doctor of medicine, and then what a wonderful and humbling wife of a husband who was a coach and who perhaps, as you say, is with us tonight in spirit. And he went on and he has received even a greater reward than what you all are carrying home tonight in the form of those awards. But we are proud of what you have done over the course of your careers. We appreciate the mentoring. We appreciate the lessons taught. We appreciate the time, the sacrifice, the commitment that you made to help young people be the best. We appreciate the encouragement as an administrator to recognize the importance of high school athletics and the fact that education-based athletics is that last pure form of athletics. We appreciate one who would give his time as a doctor of medicine to be with us on a high school football championship night to help look after our athletes, and who still gives his time to serve on our sports medicine advisory committee. We appreciate you more than you ever know. I often am reminded of Ralph Waldo Emerson and the fact that he wrote a poem that's entitled, "What is Success?" And so tonight, as I was thinking about what I wanted to say, that came to my mind. And he put it this way: what is success? To laugh often and much, and coaching will allow that. To win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children. To earn the appreciation of honest critics, and athletics sure has its share of critics. And to endure the betrayal of false friends. What is success? To appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition. What is success? To know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeeded. And so tonight, as I think about you, as I think about Coach Price posthumously, I think that you are successful. You are what success looks like. You are those influencers, those who make it possible for others to believe that if they could do it, I could do it. To help young women realize that if you do work hard, then you can be anything that you want to be. And so tonight, as we prepare to close, on behalf of all of us here, we thank you. You brought out the best in us. And for those who are sitting here individually, they would say you brought out the best in me. The results of all your efforts, we hope that they're plain to see. Your care and your dedication always shone through. So Hall of Famers, we thank you with all of our hearts and souls. We thank you. Congratulations to the class of 2015.
Just a couple more thank yous to the Friday Center staff for setting everything up, to Julie Kidd back there who's responsible for all the videos. And you know, one thing that if you didn't learn anything tonight, you may not have learned something new, but we probably all knew anyway. If you're involved in high school athletics, you're involved in something special. We didn't hear a lot about the championships won, the games won. We heard more about the relationships, the connectivity between a coach and a student athlete, the connectivity between an administrator, a doctor, and an athlete. That is a bond that never, ever breaks. Just look at Coach Tillman's players right there. Just look at all the people that are here supporting these Hall of Famers. Long before they were Hall of Famers, they were just getting their first opportunities to coach, to be an administrator, to be a doctor. They've had to pave their way just like athletes do. They paid the price, and tonight they received the ultimate prize. So it's been an honor to be here. They're going to continue to take a few more pictures and then wait around. Please feel free to mingle and congratulate them yourselves. Congratulations to you all for being here tonight. It's been a special night. Thank you.